Microteaching is about delivering a short session, usually to your peer group if you are working towards a teaching qualification. It's the opportunity to demonstrate skills, knowledge and understanding in a non-threatening environment. A point to remember is that the session is not about you, it's about the learning taking place. Time will go quickly, so it's best to rehearse the session in advance. Think carefully about the topic you will deliver and have a realistic aim which can be achieved within the time. Prepare a session plan which shows the teaching, learning and assessment activities you will use, along with the timings for each, as well as the resources. There are lots of things you will need to consider and find out in advance. For example, how long will the session be? Who will observe you? Will a visual recording be made? What equipment and resources are available? How many people will there be in the group? And how will you receive feedback afterwards? Your session should have a beginning, which is the introduction, a middle, which is the development, and an ending, the summary or conclusion. This should all lead to a logical progression of learning. You should not be speaking for the majority of the session, and your learners should be more active than passive. You may feel nervous, which is quite normal. If you can, try to imagine you're acting a role, and this should help boost your confidence and calm your nerves. Remember, you're the teacher. You will need to stay focused, be in control, and not let any personal issues affect your performance. The timing of activities needs to be followed carefully, particularly if you're only delivering a 15-minute session. If you use activities, think what you will be doing while your learners are carrying them out. For example, moving around the room and observing or asking questions. This shows you're in control. Longer sessions can benefit from a mixture of teaching and learning approaches and different assessment activities. If you've delivered a practical task, you will need to observe that your learners have the skill to demonstrate it and have the required understanding to explain why they are doing it. At some point during your session, you will need to assess that learning has taken place by each learner. This could take place at key points, for example, by asking open questions to check knowledge as the session progresses. Open questions are ones that begin with who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you're assessing group activities, you will need to determine what each individual has achieved. If you are unsure how to end your session, you can repeat your aim, which hopefully should have been achieved, and then say, "Thank you, I've enjoyed my session with you today." This will indicate to your group that you've finished. Make sure you tidy the area afterwards. And try and refrain from saying things like, "Oof, I'm glad that's over." Just remember you're a professional, and as such, you should end your session in a professional way. And when evaluating yourself afterwards, consider what were your strengths, what are your areas for development, and any action and improvements which may be required. And this can be both from a teaching perspective and a subject perspective. You may also receive feedback from your peers and from your assessor. For more information and tips regarding the Microteach session, just go to my website angravels.com and look under the Information tab.